New Age Plug, you did it again. You guys are going to want to stick around for this whole video because at the end of this, it's going to show that Austin and Hunter actually harassed and threatened a cheerleader. According to the defense team of Karmelo Anthony that pushed in paperwork to retrieve the emails that was sent from the female, from the cheerleader, to teachers. This right here is the first little sneaky win for Karmelo Anthony. Now, let this video play. We'll come back to this at the end. Austin Metcalf didn't bully Karmelo Anthony that day. He politely told Karmelo Anthony to move from underneath his team's tent. Karmelo Anthony then reached into his backpack and said, "Touch me and see what happens." According to the paperwork, a witness says no one really thought Anthony had anything in his backpack, and Austin proceeded to touch him. Now, this just proves Charleston White wrong and all the naysayers, because they keep talking about a Swiss Army knife when witnesses recalled the knife being a black handle, and it was partially open. So this most likely is what the knife was, a regular pocket knife. Now, there is more than 3 witnesses that seen that actual thing happen, and then there's a bunch of witnesses that seen the aftermath, and then there's 2 coaches that got a confession out of Karmelo Anthony before the police got a confession. Karmelo Anthony says it's not alleged, I did it. And then he goes on to tell the officer spontaneously, could this be considered self-defense? This is what Karmelo Anthony is already asking 10 minutes after he already committed the murder. Could this be considered self-defense? And the officer replied saying, I don't know what happened. Now, more and more people have went up to the school and watch the video, but you can't record. You can only take notes. And they're on TikTok, they're on X, and you got to take it with a grain of salt because some of these people are lying. Now, this is a pro Karmelo person that's watching the video, but we're going to listen into what he says and all the details he's giving to what he's seen, because he's saying all kinds of stuff that we haven't heard yet. But is it true? I want you to take it with a grain of salt.
You go up. The lady come down. Her name is Michelle Arleto or whatever, Daisy, something like that, right? But anyway, she'll come and get you, and when you go back and sit down, they notify her. She comes down to get you, escorts you back up. When you come in, she asks you, do you have any devices, camera, anything like that, or phones or anything like that? Then you have to fill out this form to basically say that you're not going to, videotape or anything like that. Once you fill out the form, you sign it. She'll tell you. It's nothing but a conference room that basically has like a television. And I think it looks like it's about, I don't know, 48 maybe. 48 inches, maybe something like that. And she'll tell you, so you can, you really can see. And, I said, can I take notes? I need to take some notes. She said, absolutely, So just go up there and, I paid attention from the beginning. Well, she'll ask you, you want to start here? Well, she knew where I wanted to start. I was going to start from the beginning. So about 9:43 time, I started looking, 9:43 a.m. I'm focusing completely on that tent. I'm not looking at any umbrellas or anything, because I'm waiting to see if there's going to be. Now, you got to keep in mind, I didn't know if it was going to be 4 boys. All I'm doing is going by the interview that Hunter had. And he said it was him, his brother, and a couple of kids. So I'm looking for 4 boys without having any information. And so I'm looking, I said, okay, that's 1, 2, those guys passed by. Then at about 9:47, 9:48, that's when you see the 4 boys. The only 4 boys you're going to see that's going to walk. And they walk directly to that canopy, directly to Melo. Melo was sitting right there on that end. I'm gonna tell you, it's probably a blessing for him that he had on the gray sweatshirt, because everybody else like they had on black, so you can kind of distinguish him a little bit. They came there and they basically they surrounded him. There's no other way to put it. They walked there with a purpose. They knew what they were gonna do. Almost so like somebody even somebody contacted them or something. I don't know. Now that part I don't know, but they came there with a purpose. And they came up to the young man and they surrounded him. And as I said, they made it there about 9:47, 9:48. We all know at 9:55, that's when everything, when the shit hit the fan. You can see Melo, you can see the struggle ensue. But you also can see Melo backing up. He went up the bleachers because there wasn't nowhere for him to go. When you're surrounded, there's nowhere else to go but up the bleachers. Well, he couldn't go up the bleachers and jump off the back of the bleachers. He would have smirked his own self. So he backed up. You know, he's struggling with him. You can see his right arm kind of jerk away, or you know, I don't know when they was grabbing him and grabbing his bag and all of that. I don't know what they were doing, but you can see like his right arm, he's trying to jerk away. People are holding you or grabbing you or they're roughing you up, you know, and you can see him trying to pull away, you know, and then it's kind of like, you know, when he pulled away, he still had him. And it looked like that's when, you know, when Austin pulled him back towards him again, that force, and Melo came back at him and he's coming at Melo. That force that's when he probably was poked. And you can see Melo going up. He backed up the bleachers. He shot diagonal. He looked to the right a little bit, looked to the left. Then he shot diagonal. That's like a diagonal down the bleachers. And
now 12.
Hang on a second.
Oh, go ahead.
And he was, and those bleachers were wet. So he was moving. Mm-hmm. He fell down there at the bottom. He got up, took off running. He kind of paused a little bit and looked back a little bit. And that's when I'm sure he seen those boys chasing him. And when he saw those boys chasing him, he took off again. He was gone that time. You know what's that?
That's when he went to the resource officer. So
well, I don't know. I don't know. Wait. Let me say this now. I didn't see him go to that athletic center. He ran back over that way.
No, I'm saying
okay.
That's what the reports say, that's where he went to the.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I'm just saying what I seen. I don't want to. You know, I'm gonna tell it like it is, man.
Let's say he was getting surrounded. Let's say everything this guy said was true and he was getting surrounded. It still doesn't give him the reason, doesn't give him the right to take another life. You got to meet force with force. And in my opinion, this case is going to be a circus because their plan is working with Charleston White on tainting the jury pool. When it comes to that county, when it comes to Texas, everyone in Texas knows who Charleston White is. So their plan is most likely working. And honestly, I don't know where it's going to go from here. But I will tell you this, we got some new paperwork that came in. The first things first is his trial is set for June 1st, 2026. I ain't going to lie to y'all. That is a long time with him being out and all this social media nonsense. This clown show is just started. That is a long time in the internet world. Now, Karmelo Anthony's lawyer put in 4 subpoena applications today, and these are very important because we're about to get some information that nobody knows and nobody's talking about. Not even Sarah Fields, which I'm starting to see why people are mad at her, because it is very one-sided. The UTUBE Streets is going to split it right down the middle. Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf, and according to this subpoena, had an incident with a cheerleader at a Raising Cane's restaurant in 2024. Now, the cheerleader went on and wrote an email to multiple coaches, even coaches that were there that day, of what happened. And the defense is building up a case of prior things that happened. And honestly, we got to look at this fairly. Like, did this really happen? Did they threaten the cheerleader? Because this lawyer just pushed it through like it happened. Did he get a hold of the cheerleader? Because she did send emails complaining about this. This is probably going to be shown in court. I noticed with this paperwork too, they are focusing on Hunter as well. Austin Metcalf and Hunter Metcalf. And if this cheerleader is white, does the racism stuff get thrown out? I think that went over y'all's head. But anyways, Mike Howard also requested all camera footage from that day, from earlier to after. He wants it all. And this is supposed to be shown in court, but he's pushing this through to get it over to his hands now, including the emails, disciplinary reports from the brothers and Karmelo. But I still don't see how this is self-defense, even if they had some prior bully or prior harassment or whatever, which they're innocent until proven guilty on that if we're going to play the same game, right? Karmelo Anthony doesn't even have to be there for his first court appearance at the end of July, but he will have to be there for June 1st. Now, this song right here is New Age Plug. You Did It Again.
This one's gonna be kind of light touchy, but fuck it. Yeah. I brought my knife to school for protection.
didn't think I get kicked out of this section. Touch me, see what happens, he didn't get the message. I made bail, thank God, it's a blessing. I know these dudes ain't here for me, they wanna win the election. Get that money fronted just to put me in the Western. Yo, God set these bullies on earth to get me tested. I practice every day, you could say I'm manifested. I hit him in the chest, in seconds I'm arrested. My chest hurts too, yeah, remorse starts to set in. He's gone too, rigor mortis starts to set in. I guess it's my vice, my Lord, not the set I'm in. I brought my brother to school for protection. I didn't think my last breath would be next to him. He's on the wrong team, sitting in my section. I touched him, I didn't think about a weapon. My chest out, didn't think I'd get my chest hit. The best out, yeah, they really took the best kid. I'm on the bleachers laying out. I look my brother in the eyes one last time. Yo, Austin's out. Ooh, and it feels like I'm living in a dream. Ooh, yeah. Still hear his brother scream. Ooh, yeah. Man, it feels like I'm living in a dream. Ooh, yeah. I can still hear his brother scream. R.I.P. to Austin Metcalf. Shout out to Jeff, it seems like a good day. Fuck Jake Lang and that racist shit. Fuck Dominique, he can eat a dick. Fuck Jake Lang and that racist shit. Fuck Dominique, he can eat a dick. R.P. Austin Metcalf.